Welcome to Crafting with the Craft Lady. I will be your host, Erica, also known as the Craft Lady. As of today's episode, we are very near Christmas. In the U.S. at least, we have 15 days until Christmas. And so today's craft is a Christmas one. Now, you would like to have a unique centerpiece for your table or for your counter anywhere. And here I have a candle tray that's in the shape of, it's got a wreath on it. And so you just put your candle in the middle there and you have a pretty decoration. Or this could probably even double as a sun catcher. And so this is what we're going to make today. It even looks pretty on that back side. And so this is what we're going to make today. You will need a clear plate, saucer, depending on how big you want it to be. You will also need some paint brushes, green paint, red paint, and gold paint, and I use acrylic. It probably work best for this. And you also need some kind of plastic or styrofoam or disposable plate to put your paints in, but this is an art supply I happen to have, so I will be using that today. And you also need a pattern. Now, this pattern, let's go ahead and get started. This pattern, all I did was take my pencil and I traced the bottom of the saucer, and then I went over it with permanent marker. And then I drew the design with pencil and went over it with permanent marker. And so, when you start out, all you do is to start out making this, is you take your pattern and you put your plate on top of it, and you can either go over it with a permanent marker or just paint over it. I prefer to paint over it. To me it looks a little better. And about the pattern, you can use any pattern you want. I'll have my pattern available on the Crafting with the Craft Lady Facebook page. But you could freehand it yourself. You could find something online. It doesn't even have to be a wreath. Whatever your imagination or needs are. So, I've got my plate on this, and I'm going to start painting. Now I'm going to start with the green. And you need to hold the plate steady while you do this. Make sure it doesn't move around or you have a blurry image, unless you want that, unless you're going for that effect. And when working with plastic, it's best to get more paint than you would normally put just on paper, because it's going to be partially see-through, and so the more paint, the less see-through it's going to look. And the stronger the colors will be too. Almost there. Okay, there's part of our wreath. I'm going to put it back on the pattern. And next I'm going to go ahead and trim the bow with the gold trim. And so it's just trimming it right here. Grab that gold trim. Just outlining the bow. Ideally, you would need to wait in between coats for everything to dry before you put a different color, like before you put the berries on top of the wreath or the red inside the bow. But since time is an issue here, I'm going to go ahead and do it all. Acrylic does tend to dry quicker, but on plastic it won't dry as quick as it normally would. So there's the bow. And next we're going to do the berries. And so it's just dotting the wreath is all it is. You can have as many berries or as less berries as you like. Or you don't even have to have berries. You could have something totally different. But I'm going to go with berries. And a little too much back there. There's a big berry. Okay. Now that we're done with the berries, I'm going to fill in the bow. And once you get done with the bow and the green, you really don't need your pattern anymore. You got pretty much the outline right there. Okay. And the bottom of the bow, and almost done. Okay. And so there is your wreath. Now, what I like to do is add a little jazz to it, or not jazz, flair to it, and creativity to it by doing this circular pattern. This is basically waves, and I'm going to take the gold, I'm going to do waves around the sides, and we'll do that. So you're basically making waves is all it is. And this is done in this portion. Second thought, I'm going to use this brush. Okay. That'll work better. And okay. Once you've painted that, we're going to put dots in every little dip that's there. And the dots, I'm going to go with red because I think it stands out better. You could do green, you could do whatever. You could even do different colors on this part. Just a dot on both sides. And if you need a little more help with this little pattern on the edges, I've actually did that on Christmas cards on my last or the previous episode of Crafting with the Craft Lady. Okay. If I had more time, it would have been a little neater, but this is, and then so there you have your wreath plate, your wreath candle holder. And so that, while that dries, I'll demonstrate with this one. So now you have a unique centerpiece. Now if you want this paint to stay on, more than likely you need to get some glitter spray or some kind of spray that seals paint in and spray it with it before you start using it, because otherwise paint might be likely to just chip off or something like that or wear off. So spraying it would make it last longer. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for watching. Please like and comment. And don't forget to check out Crafting with the Craft Lady Facebook page. I'll have this pattern. And I also have updates on future upcoming episodes. And if you want to watch some more episodes, I've got several others on my Crafting with the Craft Lady YouTube page as well. And you can go there to subscribe and get a new episode each week. Also, there's the CL, which stands for Crafting with a Craft Lady, logo in the top right hand corner of this video, and click on that. It'll take you straight to my channel so you can subscribe for new episodes. Also, I have a new announcement. I'm going to be, instead of, usually I was airing it by Wednesday nights, but I think I'm on every week, but I think it'll be every week by Thursday nights. I do try to do it in the morning, but sometimes I have to do it at night. And so that's the new airing time for the show. Well, I hope your Christmas shopping is going along well and your Christmas preparations. And I will see you next week. Merry Christmas.